In the scorching morning heat, Tai Seide brushes the avocado trees, preparing them for the artificial pollination process. Nestled in a moshav, or collective farm, in central Israel, Mr. Seide is not just a farmer, he's the visionary founder of a remarkable tech firm named BloomX. What sets BloomX apart is its pioneering approach to pollination. They've devised a method that emulates nature's most diligent pollinators, the bees. As Mr. Seide explains, we are not replacing bees, but rather offering more efficient pollinating methods to farmers and reducing the dependence on commercial honeybees. Globally, 3 out of every 4 crops grown for human consumption rely, at least in part, on pollinators. It's the bees, whether the farmed honeybees or the diverse wild bee species, like bumblebees, that shoulder this substantial responsibility. In the United States, for instance, bees of all kinds account for a staggering 75% of the pollination of fruits, nuts, and vegetables. Europe mirrors this percentage, with other insects like wasps and butterflies making up the remaining quarter. Unfortunately, bees and other pollinators face an array of challenges. Climate change, habitat loss, and pesticide use threaten their existence. The European honeybee, in particular, contends with a formidable foe, the parasitic mite known as Varroa destructor. BloomX has focused its groundbreaking technology on 2 crucial crops, blueberries and avocados. Their flagship product, Roby, resembles a sizable push-along lawnmower equipped with 2 mechanical arms that vibrate when they make contact. These vibrations, when applied to blueberry plants, induce them to release their pollen. The level of vibration meticulously imitates that of bumblebees, nature's most effective blueberry pollinators, who utilize their wings to agitate the flowers. BloomX's second product, Crossbee, is a handheld marvel designed for collecting and distributing sticky pollen grains between avocado trees. It has already made its mark in South America, South Africa, Spain, the United States, and Israel, where it has been proven to increase fruit yields by a remarkable 30%. Both of these ingenious products are controlled by a sophisticated AI-based software system linked to a mobile app. Each device is equipped with GPS technology, allowing farm workers to precisely track which areas of a field have been treated. Sensors can also be deployed to ensure that pollination occurs on the most optimal days. Across the globe, in the heart of California, the cultivation of almonds is a colossal enterprise. The state is responsible for a staggering 80% of the world's almond production, making it an industry valued at an astonishing $10.4 billion annually. To fertilize the sprawling 1.3 million acres of almond trees, honeybees are transported from all corners of the United States during the almond flowering season. In fact, some reports suggest that as much as 70% of commercial U.S. honeybee populations are temporarily relocated to California for this vital task. Dr. Lisa Wasco-De Vetta, an associate professor of horticulture at Washington State University, provides insight into the consequences of this massive relocation. The intense use of honeybees in the almond fields can stress the bees, weaken their colonies, and result in a high mortality rate. These challenges stem from pesticide exposure and the significant stress of traveling thousands of miles. Beyond these challenges, Mr. Seide argues that such intensive reliance on honeybees poses a threat to indigenous wild bees who are forced to compete for food and are exposed to new diseases. The introduction of artificial pollination into almond fields could potentially alleviate these issues. Ilam Ran, CEO of another Israeli tech firm specializing in artificial pollination called Edet, shares this perspective. Edet's core technology lies in its unique ability to store pollen for several years without deterioration. They've developed machinery for collecting and precisely applying this stored pollen. Mr. Ran enthusiastically explains, "We can bring the best pollen at the best time for the flower to get pregnant. We can do it for apples, cherries, almonds, pistachios, and our machines fertilize with precision." Presently, Edet's technology is primarily in use in California, focusing initially on pistachio fields and now expanding to almond orchards. Mr. Ran believes that introducing some artificial pollination to almond fields can alleviate numerous problems. He asserts that industrial monoculture is not a place for insects to flourish. On the contrary, it is killing them. He further adds, "Not forcing bees into crops they do not naturally feed on will ease the pressure on them and allow them to go back to the way they should harvest naturally, while still allowing us to get our need for fruits and vegetables." Diane Drinkwater, representing the British Beekeepers Association, BBKA, offers an alternative perspective. She argues that if bee health and welfare are prioritized, then the need for artificial pollination is largely unnecessary. Diane emphasizes the bee's extraordinary capability to pollinate effectively, primarily driven by the nectar that flowers provide, almost as a form of natural bribery. As the world grapples with the intricacies of pollination and the challenges faced by pollinators, it's clear that innovative solutions like those offered by BloomX and Edet are opening new possibilities. Yet the essential role of bees in our ecosystem remains undeniably vital, regardless of the path we take. These two perspectives reflect the ongoing debate about how best to safeguard both agriculture and the natural world. Amidst these discussions, we find ourselves at a crossroads. On one path, innovative technologies like BloomX and Edet offer the potential to revolutionize farming practices, reduce stress on bees, and optimize pollination. On the other path, there's a call to prioritize the well-being of our pollinators, ensuring they can continue their age-old partnership with nature. One thing is certain: whether through advanced technology or a renewed focus on bee conservation, the future of global agriculture hinges on our ability to strike a balance between the need for efficient crop pollination and the preservation of the essential, intricate ecosystems that sustain us all. As we move forward, the challenge remains. How do we ensure a bountiful harvest for generations to come while safeguarding the invaluable work of the world's pollinators? The answer may well lie in our ability to innovate, adapt, and embrace a shared responsibility towards both our crops and the creatures that sustain them.